Hello, hello. Welcome back to Peak Northwest, an outdoors and travel podcast by the Oregonian and Oregon Live, dedicated to the adventure and exploration of our beautiful Pacific Northwest. I'm Jamie Hale.
And I'm Chiara Profena. Together we take you to some of the most beautiful and interesting destinations in our region, discussing where to go, what to do, and places to see. And today we're getting ready for one of my favorite times of the year, ski season.
That's right. It's Thanksgiving weekend, which is the unofficial start to ski season here in Oregon, which means that this is the time of year when there might be enough snow for ski resorts to maybe open.
Yeah, it's a hopeful start to the season, but sometimes it's earlier, sometimes it's later. Kind of never know what you're in for.
So we're talking today about what we can expect out of this 2025, 2026 ski season. Obviously, now, and longtime listeners know, I'm not the skier in this duo. You are very much a skier, so
Snowboarder, but same difference.
Is that a point of contention of people are like, oh, you're a skier, and you're like, it's snowboarder actually?
Honestly, I don't care, but like I'm all about the facts, and the facts are
that's true.
I don't ski, unfortunately. I can't ski, so I gotta be real with the listeners.
No, I think everyone appreciates that. So we're going to kind of get into a few of the main pieces here. We're not going to go into every Oregon resort. We're not going to talk about every, lift ticket price and all of that. We're going to give sort of a general overview of what's going on and kind of catch the vibe of what this ski season might look like, what we can expect for the season ahead.
Great plan.
Great. So I think we got to start with the weather, right? That's kind of the big thing. So from what I've been looking at from the Climate Prediction Center, the National Weather Service, they do this kind of like 3-month outlook. And so we should have said at the beginning, so we're recording this on Monday. So this is all information from a few days previously from when you're listening to it. So the current best outlook from the Climate Prediction Center is showing sort of like a very normal winter. Like here in sort of like the west, in the Cascade Range in Oregon, we're looking at like, equal chances of higher than normal temperatures and lower than normal temperatures.
Gotcha.
And for like most of Western Oregon, sort of the same as far as precipitation. Equal chances of more precipitation than usual or less. In Eastern Oregon, it's looking like a slightly higher chance of more precipitation.
Gotcha.
So for Eastern Oregon, maybe a little bit wetter. But overall, it's looking like very sort of normal, I guess, whatever that means.
Normal's good. I mean, typical is what we want. I mean, this is representative of also, it's a La Nina year?
The chances of it being a La Nina year are decreasing. It started out, it's like 70-something% chance it's going to be La Nina. And they're just taking that back. I think last I saw it was like 51% chance.
Oh, okay.
So
we're not there anymore.
We're sort of more equal chances of it being La Nina or not. Again, it's really sort of this wishy-washy weather forecast.
It's a lot up in the air, it sounds like.
Yeah.
But not bad news.
No, not bad news. It's not good news. It's not bad news. It's very neutral news here.
Neutral news is fine.
So, I mean, we can sort of look at what's already happened leading up to now, the fall. Because, I mean, you look at last fall, by this time we had, Timberline was open.
Right.
Bachelor was open. Snow, they had a lot of snow up there.
Yeah, we had
already.
A crazy early season last year.
Yeah. If we look at like the conditions at Timberline and Bachelor, the base depth of snow at Timberline right now is 4 inches.
It's pretty weak.
Pretty weak. I was going to ask, how does that number sit with you?
That's pretty low. I mean, that's definitely not conditions that you can go up in, obviously. There's not enough snow on the ground. So you definitely got to wait for more to build up that base layer.
My understanding is you need like at least 20 inches.
Yeah. Yeah, you need quite a few.
Yeah. Over at Mount Bachelor, we're looking at a base depth of 2 inches.
Yeah. So not a lot of snow this time around.
It's not happening.
It's not happening
right now. So I think it feels safe to say that these like Thanksgiving weekend openings as far as like doing some real skiing,
Right.
are probably not going to happen.
Yeah, it's not looking like it's going to be a super early opening, but you never know with the weather what could happen. Could have a massive storm roll through next weekend.
That's true. Is that pretty much all it takes?
It just takes like one pretty long, intense storm to kind of build up that base layer. Once you have like you said, around that like 20-ish inches, maybe even a little less than that, you can definitely get up there and do stuff. So just kind of waiting for that to hit seems like is the move.
It's not to say that nobody's opening at all.
Right.
There are a couple of openings that like are going to happen. I think one of the big ones is Mount Hood Ski Bowl. Pretty much always over Thanksgiving weekend opens up its tubing hill.
Right.
And they have, I'm sure, a snow gun there to do that, right? That's my guess.
That sounds about right. Yeah. I mean, tubing's a lot less intense.
Yeah.
Don't need as much snow for that.
If you have some fake snow you can make on a hill, that's it. You're good.
That's all you need.
So, I mean, for you though, I mean, are you like, you see the tubing hill and you're like, I'm going to get up there. It's Thanksgiving weekend. I got to get up and do something. Or are you like, no, I'm going to wait until the actual snow comes?
I'm definitely more of a waiter. I think tubing has its moment and it can be super fun. But I'm not going to go all the way up there just to tube. I have all my, gear and everything for the year. I might as well wait for it to get a little bit better. So I probably wouldn't hit it up until we get like some much better conditions. And also my whole thing is that I really have to have good conditions to have a good day. Like, I'm not going to go up to the mountain if it's, like, wishy-washy, if it's going to be low visibility, or if there's not enough snow on the ground, because I am a very anxious snowboarder, and I need to have, like, enough of a base depth of, like, snowpack to feel like, okay, if I fall, I'm not going to break my bones or
Yeah, it feels reasonable.
run into a rock. So... Yeah. I feel like I'm more of like, I'll wait till later. I don't need to go up the second the snow is like deep enough. But that's just how I feel about it.
Yeah. I imagine that there are probably some people, some families especially, who over Thanksgiving weekend, it's like the thing they do. It's like, okay, it's Thanksgiving weekend, we're going tubing. And that's like the tradition they have.
That's a really fun family tradition, honestly. I would be down for that if I had a family that lived in Oregon.
Well, I mean, too, if you have family who's in town for Thanksgiving, who never gets to see snow, and you're like, listen, we're not going to go skiing, but we can go down a hill on snow if that's what you want. If you want to see some snow, we can make that happen.
And go to the little like snow park. There might be stuff around there this time of year. Hang out, get some cute photos.
Exactly.
There's always it's a good time, even if you're not going up there to hit the slopes.
Exactly. Well, Mount Bachelor is another one that has sort of on its calendar Friday, November 28th is like an opening day. They do have some snow guns there also. I can't imagine that means any serious skiing. Do you have any idea what that means if they're going to do an opening with some snow guns up there?
I mean, it might just be like one main run that gets opened, and usually that's not like the most fun if you're trying to like have a varied terrain and get your money's worth of a lift ticket. Really, that might just mean like there's one green that's ready to practice on, basically. If they're going to open, it'll just be like the main route down, and it might not even be all the way up, It definitely won't be like to the summit. You need a lot more snow and a lot like better conditions to have the summit open, but it might be like this point halfway up the mountain and there's one way to get down. And that could be the gist of like opening weekend if there's not great conditions.
I see. So it's again for people who are like, if you're like a real freak for the snow, you're like champing at the bit, you gotta get up there.
You're fiending for just one run.
Yeah, a little bit of snow, then they're gonna give you a little something.
Yes, exactly. Like you could definitely get a couple runs in. You could still have like a good time if that's what you're into, but I don't think it's like the best way to start, best way to get in there, but yeah, maybe not the best for people that are learning too. I don't think one like solid run is all you need to learn, but you kind of need a little bit better of a conditions to get up there and be comfortable.
I see. Okay. Well, so some other opening dates that are kind of that have been sort of roughly announced. Mount Hood Meadows says November 28th is flexible depending on snow. I'm guessing that's not going to happen for them. On the east side of Mount Hood, Cooper Spur is planning for December 13th opening, snow permitting. Again, I'm guessing that's probably not going to happen for them either. Timberline is just like, hey, when the snow comes, we'll open. And that's kind of the same for, the other sort of, other ski areas in Oregon, Hoodoo, Willamette Pass, Anthony Lakes have not announced any plans yet for opening day. So they're kind of just in a wait and see pattern as well. And I think kind of largely across the states, the kind of the takeaway here is if you want to go do something, there's going to be something for you up there at Ski Bowl. There's going to be something for you to do up at Bachelor because they're going to be doing some kind of opening day something.
Right.
But that if you want to do some skiing, you're going to have to be patient.
Yeah. I think that's the gist of how it goes usually.
Yeah. Okay.
That makes sense.
Well, so that's kind of,
those are the conditions. That's what we're looking at.
Those are kind of the main things here. But there is one big piece of ski season this year that we got to talk about. It's not as fun, but we do have to get into it because this is a huge deal in Oregon ski industry. And this is the insurance issues ski areas are having. Do you know much about this?
I've heard a little bit, but I definitely need you to break it down for me.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to do my best. It's like crazy complicated. So the issue stems from Oregon's strict recreation liability laws, which make it easier for people to essentially sue recreation companies and outfitters for negligence. So there are usually, if you go to other places, other states, there's these broad liability waivers that say, if something happens to me while I'm skiing or whitewater rafting or doing whatever, I can't sue the ski area or whoever, except in more extreme cases of negligence, right? In Oregon, there was a 2014 state Supreme Court case brought by a snowboarder who was paralyzed after a fall at Mount Bachelor, and that case said that those broad liability waivers are not allowed. So ski areas essentially were, their insurance was then raised, and since then, insurance rates have been going up and up. And ski resorts and other recreation industry leaders have been lobbying the legislature for changes for this for years. And this last legislative session, there's this big push. It was bipartisan effort, a lot of people on board, and it just went nowhere. So after that, the one of the largest, and I think there's only 2 insurance carriers for ski areas in Oregon. But the largest one, Safehold Special Risk is what it's called. Such an insurance company name. Safehold Special Risk.
It's exactly what it is.
Exactly. So they were going to leave the state because it become too costly to operate here because of the liability laws. So that left one insurance company left. And according to Timberline and Mount Hood Meadows, at least, who have talked about this more openly, they said that their rates have just skyrocketed and that they're going to be passing on some of those costs to guests, right, to skiers and snowboarders. So Timberline said that guests this year can expect to see cost increases for lift tickets during peak times, for their Tier 2 season pass pricing, and for summer ski products. So kind of you can avoid some of those costs if you're not going at peak times, if you're doing different season passes, or you're just not skiing in the summer. It seems like overall there's a big financial issue in the Oregon ski industry. And I'm not really sure what's going to happen there. I'm guessing there's going to be another push in the legislature next session.
It's just kind of going to be a tough one for costs this year, it sounds like. Yeah.
And you wonder if this other insurer also pulls out of Oregon, what that means. Then you have no insurance, and I guess the implication is that ski areas could start closing, is the implication. So, I reported on this issue earlier in the year. I talked with the people who were doing this push for the new bill, who are basically saying all of this, right? Look, this is an issue where, Oregon is not going to be able to have a financially stable ski industry anymore. And that's a bummer. I talked to the people who were against that legislation, the Trial Lawyers Association, and they basically said, look, it's up to the insurance company to charge less. The insurance company could charge less money if they wanted to. So that's kind of the opposing sides. And the trial lawyer said, like, people should be able to sue in cases of negligence. And there is actually a recent lawsuit. A family sued Hoodoo ski area in September for $4.6 million after a 4-year-old girl was injured on the slopes. So I'm sure you look at that family and they're saying, like, yeah, we want the right to be able to sue for these liability issues. So it's this really sticky issue that doesn't seem to have a good resolution right now.
Yeah, I mean, I guess unless more insurance companies come into the picture, perhaps.
I guess.
I feel like that might be a way to get it back to where it was.
Boy, I feel like we're getting over our skis here.
Yeah, for our skis.
This is stuff we don't, as
not insurance agents.
Not insurance agents, not lawmakers, not ski area business owners.
Not even much political reporters.
No. All that to say, there's a sort of like undercurrent of unease in the ski season this year. And I doubt much of that will sort of come out onto the slopes because, I mean, at the end of the day, these ski areas want people to have a good time.
Yeah, but this is going to affect like accessibility and getting people out there, especially when it's busy, and being able to afford passes and lift tickets. And if you get a season pass, that's going to be impacted. So it is definitely like a bummer in a lot of senses.
Yeah, it's I think, the whole kind of takeaway from this whole preview here is like, we really got to wait and see how things play out.
Yeah.
We got to wait and see how the weather plays out, how the snow comes, how this issue plays out. But in the meantime, I imagine, as a skier, you're looking at all of this. Is anything different for you this year? I think it's just definitely going to be another barrier to getting up there. I don't get a season pass. I usually just go and I get tickets on non-peak days. I try to go on non-peak days. So, if those prices aren't super affected, that's not the biggest deal for me. But it's still like gonna affect me with the prices. I'm sure other things are gonna be impacted as well. And that's more so of what I can expect. Like, it's good to know, keep that in mind, to have the idea of what you're getting into and being able to budget for that kind of thing. Yeah. What can you do,
Yeah. You kind of just have to take the punches, roll with it. If you are dedicated to being up there, do what you can to make it up there.
Yeah.
So it might just be maybe a little bit of a slower year, which could be another negative impact on the resorts.
That's true. That's a good point. Well, let's roll it back around to a more
happy news,
a more positive note here. I want to hear from you, Kiara. Is what are you looking forward to this year? Are there certain places, certain runs you're getting at, certain skills you're trying to develop? You trying to go off one of those jumps? You hitting the half pipe? What's going on?
I'm to this point where like I'm super duper comfortable on all of the greens and blues, and I really want to work on my like black diamond proficiency, like being able to get down there more comfortably. So I think just getting from that point of like intermediate plus, because I can definitely get down a black diamond, but I can get down kind of like sliding on my butt, which isn't the most graceful.
Sure.
And the most enjoyable. I won't like seek out a black diamond. So I want to get to that point where I'm like, okay, I can get down the black diamonds. I don't have to like be falling every few feet. But like jumps, it's funny you mention. I do have a really like lofty goal of hitting one of these big jumps and landing it. I am comfortable doing like small jumps. I can land small jumps. But I really want to hit one of those big ones, It's kind of hard because they're all different sizes, so it's weird to visualize what the big one is, but like the biggest one in the terrain park.
Wow. I have no concept of how big that is.
Honestly, I can't even like conceptualize how tall it is, but maybe like 12 feet.
That seems pretty tall.
Yeah, like you're going down the mountain, so you're picking up a lot of speed, and then you go right into this jump, probably about like 12 plus feet up, and you kind of have to hit it on the way down, which is the really hard part because you are already going super fast coming down the mountain in a lot of cases. Sometimes the terrain parks are kind of tucked into these little more less sloped areas, so those ones are a little bit better to practice on, but there's some really big ones, especially on Mount Hood Meadows, like on kind of like the far left side of the mountain is where I remember them. Kind of like close to the bunny slope, actually. There's like this big little area where you can do these massive jumps for some reason, and it's all coming down from like this pretty steep area off the top of the mountain.
Wow. Is Meadows kind of your main spot you ski?
Yeah, I typically go to Meadows just because it's got the most terrain and it's kind of the biggest one, so I get bored easily. So I want to go out and like do everything. Like I want to hit every single run. I want to go to the back side of the mountain. I want to go and like to the summit if I can. So the summit's like definitely the most fun at Meadows because you are like so far up. Sometimes you're seeing above the clouds if it's like an overcast day. It's just like the most beautiful view and experience. You can see like all of the other mountains around you. So I think my favorite part is just getting up there to the summit on like the perfect day and being able to see everything. That run coming straight down the mountain is so much fun. You can just kind of like blast it all the way down. So I'm excited for that run specifically. I think that's my favorite, is going all the way to the top.
Wow. I'm so excited to hear more about if you hit those jumps, if you get that black diamond. Mm-hmm. Boy, I'm excited for your ski season. I'm excited to live through you vicariously.
Thank you. So, I will update you. Yeah.
Get that GoPro going.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So that I can watch the video and pretend like I'm doing it.
Get you in like a chair, have the thing pulled up in one of your little, you could put it like on a little VR thing.
Totally.
Could be fun.
Yeah. I'll just stand on a snowboard with the VR set and just like, yeah.
That's a good way to go through it. Yeah, I wish you could go up there, at least see the top of the mountain. I wonder if there's like, I don't actually know if you can do this, but a way to just like ride the gondola up. I'm sure you can.
Oh, I'm sure you can, yeah.
Yeah, you can just go up and check it out and come back down. Mm-hmm. That's kind of like, that's a lot of fun too, honestly. I feel like the ride up is really, really cool, just to like go up on top of everything and see everything. So even if you're not going to go skiing, it's so cool to be all the way at the top of the mountain. And sure, I don't know like in the winter what the deal is with this, but I know you can definitely climb to the very top, which is another like cool thing that you could do.
That's something I've thought about for like summertime at the ski areas. That's a whole other episode.
Yeah,
right there,
climbing to the top.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I guess we'll have to wait a little bit longer to find out what's going on with ski season here. But I hope this gives you folks a primer on what to expect. But I think again the takeaway is keep waiting. Snow's going to come eventually.
Be patient.
That's right, exactly. Well, folks, that will do it for us for today. Until next time, you can watch our videos on the Oregonians YouTube channel and view all of our travel and outdoors coverage on OregonLive.com/travel, as well as hereisoregon.com.
Please leave us a rating or review if you enjoy the show, and if you want to support this podcast as well as our local journalism, please consider a subscription to Oregon Live. You can find the details at OregonLive.com/subscribe. Also, if you're a fan of the show and you're interested in potentially sponsoring it, you can get in touch with our marketing people at advertise@oregonian.com. This episode of the show is produced by me alongside Jamie Hale, Teresa Mahoney, and Vicki Connor.
Stay safe and happy travels, everyone. Until next time, we leave you with this 10 seconds of Zen.